You said I heard you talking about your work, Patrick. Where do you work?
Oh wow. Look, I'm gonna tell you the first one,
Okay.
and it's a great place too. Good Day Cafe.
Oh, I like that. That's right here by my house. So you work at the Good Cafe.
Okay.
What do you do there?
Um, I do. I'm a floater.
Okay.
I I bust tables, I think, right? Yeah.
Okay.
But I used to do like cooking.
Okay.
Like I'm in the baking. Uh, I work at the high school,
Okay.
and I'm helping with, with, with a head teacher out and special needs kids.
Okay. So you work at the Good Day Cafe, you work for the high school, and do you have any other jobs?
um. Yes. On Wednesdays, the Penn State men's basketball office. So now, yeah, and it's pretty much on the off season right now because
Okay.
I'm not gonna say
During the season, you work with the team,
yeah.
but now you just work on Wednesdays in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's three separate jobs. Do you have any more?
That's enough.
That's enough. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Do you remember what we talked about?
Yeah. um. Oh, that's right. So you said I like to do. Got it. I like to do the Penn State best buddies. Yes. Let's see. Oh, I think I said that. I think that was children's center, right?
Working at the restaurant center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I can always say this. I know everyone loves this probably. Um, I I like to spend time with my, my friends.
So, Patrick, do you vote?
Yes.
You currently use Medicaid,
As your insurance.
Yes.
or what kind of help do you get from Medicaid?
Is it a emergency?
Well, yeah, if you have to go to the
Yeah.
emergency room, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Got it.
But
Oh, well, I think I pneumonia.
mhm,
Got it.
you get a lot of
Yeah.
pneumonia because you were born without an esophagus.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
sometimes you get
Yeah.
things that come up and go into your lungs, and that's
Uh,
called aspiration pneumonia.
mhm.
And he gets it, a few times a year, and it's very dangerous. And we rely on Medicaid because
Mhm.
my husband and I he used to be on our insurance, but my husband and I are both retired,
Mhm.
and we have Medicare, which of course he can't be on. When we were working, he was on our insurance. Um, but that's not the case anymore. And if he lost it, I don't know how he would be insured. So sometimes Patrick, he was born without an esophagus, and sometimes his esophagus needs to be dilated. So we have to go to the hospital for that. It's different than yours and mine. And so he doesn't absorb vitamins the way that we do. And he'll go very low on iron and have to have iron infusions all the time.
Okay.
And do you have any other waiver supports at all?
Yes, we have waiver support. My husband, the only way my husband and I could go away by ourselves at any time is if we had someone come and stay with Patrick,
Mhm.
and we'd use the waiver for that.
Mm-hmm.
He also uses it for transportation.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and someone just to be with him sometimes.
Yeah, well, so respite and transportation, and I think that's the thing that's really important because people think it's just going to the doctor, right? What about dental care and vision? Do you guys use Medicaid for dental care and vision?
No, because they don't, I- it's not really, doesn't really pay for very much. So
Okay.
we pay for his dental care and his
Yeah.
vision. It's just not, it just doesn't provide enough.
Right. And I'll ask you, Patrick, are you with everything that's going on, are you worried about Medicaid and any cuts to Medicaid? Does it make you
I get it. So you mean that
If
when,
it stops, if you don't have any insurance,
oh, you mean like health, right?
health insurance, is that scary to you if you didn't have any health insurance?
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
Hmm.
What would you want to say to them about your rights to health care and your rights to these services?
If you could say something to
Um,
the people in the government that
yeah.
might want to take away the Medicaid. What do you
Um,
want to say to them?
I think that's not right. It's a wrong thing,
Go ahead.
but I'm just kind of worried about that.
Well, tell Peg that. Why you're worried.
Uh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm I'm kind of worried about that. Yes. Mhm.
Why isn't it good that they would stop the Medicare?
Uh, I I know why, because now I can explain now, because
Okay.
I just don't want to get well, um,
Go
well,
ahead. You just explain. Go ahead.
well, I was just now. I just don't want to get sick and or like more and have some more I sicker, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you need access to quality health care in order to do all the things that you want to do. So, and so what else would you guys like to share? Like, what
Well, I guess, as I said before, there isn't any way that Patrick could do without Medicaid because he's
Hmm.
not, we can't put him on our Medicare insurance, and he's not eligible for any insurance through his jobs because, people with disabilities
Hmm.
don't get full-time jobs, and he has 3 part-time jobs, which, you know, no, hardly any people with disabilities that I know of work full-time or get any benefits.
right?
So it's really crucial that people with disabilities continue to get Medicaid. I can't imagine what's going to happen if they don't. But there's lots of, people out there with disabilities that don't have anybody.
Hmm.
And who do they turn to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Do you worry about that for yourself and also for your friends?
Um.
Your friends who would lose their Medicaid too, like Joey, all of your
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, and you mean my girlfriend, right?
Everybody would lose their Medicaid.
I would say yes. Yeah.
So when you think of Medicaid and you think of the services you all receive, do you think that Medicaid is well funded right now as it is? Do you think it has enough money coming in?
Probably not. I'm sure it could use more,
Yeah.
but I guess, one of the things about being a recipient is you take what they give you.
Well, and then there's also the limitations on how much you can work, how much you can make, how much you can save. And so I also think, Patrick, that's really important too, because, you have some of these services, but you also work a lot. You work three
Mhm.
jobs
Oh, yeah.
for money because the reason they're talking about cutting Medicaid is because they're under the impression that it's being wasted or there's fraud. Um,
And we know that's not true,
and we,
not a valid point because it's not. I mean, sure, it's a tiny percent maybe, but for the most part, the people that get it really need it.
yeah. and and it could benefit from more support, not less.
Absolutely.
To make sure that those services are provided. So that, healthcare and community supports and job coaching and dental care and vision. I mean, there's so many different things um, that, Medicaid provides that it's important to make sure that it stays available. Do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them that not just myself, but everyone I know, we're afraid, not just of Medicare being pulled, but Social Security. My husband and I are on Social Security, Medicare, the Department of Education. My husband and I worked in education for our whole lives, and in special education, my husband, and for them to, you know, just pull the Department of Education is going to be horrific, and it will affect so many people. Uh, educating and taking care of children when they're young is the most important thing we can do.